As you can see, Goose is pretty laid back. He's almost asleep. I don't know whether we're going to get him jacked up enough to really make a run on him in here today or not, but that's the difference between Goose and Amigo. I spend all my time trying to keep Amigo calm. I spend time on him trying to wake him up. He's lazy. What I'm going to do, we're going to get on and I'm going to just show you kind of how I warm him up. And I lope a few circles on him. Again, I don't drill my horses unless they're really needing a lesson. I try not to drill them. I figure in their lifetime they're going to go around the barrels hopefully 1,000,000 times. I don't know how many years that is, but anyway. And if I get to puffing, it's because I have to work hard to ride this horse. But I always try to start on every horse, just long trot them. Let them loosen those muscles up. You know, you don't want to pull muscles, and something that we all need to think about, since we kind of have a year-round sport, is when it's cold outside, you've got to allow extra time to warm those horses up. Walk them first, and older horses, something that you've had an injury, it takes more time. Let them limber up. It's just kind of like us. As we age, when we go to crawl out of a pickup, sometimes things don't want to work as good as they normally do. So depending on how old your horse is, you know, what kind of injuries it is, the temperature kind of depends on how long you warm a horse up. Okay, now he's kind of starting to, and he's young, so he shouldn't need all this, but he's lazy, so we kind of have to do this. But see, on Goose, I keep his nose tucked to the inside, and I really am not even pulling on him. I just put his nose there, and I keep my hand there, and you notice we're loping in the same spot as Amigo, and he's not seeing anything over there that he's boogering from. So, just difference in horses. And I just lope him around a little bit, keep my inside foot into him to make him really bend. All right, easy. And he has a really wonderful stop, so we're going to go the other direction, which is here again. I'm just tucking his nose, just like you've seen 100 other people do. This is the fundamental, the classic style barrel horses, you know. And on Goose, I'm gonna, because he tends to die out on the backside of the barrels sometimes. Instead of working him on the barrels, I'll take him into a turn. And just make him really reach, going around in a tighter circle. I don't want him to drop that shoulder in, which he wasn't. He was keeping his shoulder up. And I'm out of breath. And that's about all I do on him to keep him working. He's pretty easy. It's a piece of cake compared to the bay horse. So we're gonna make a run here in a minute, and we'll go down there. Okay, this horse, I try to get him jacked up. I'll bring him in and let him see the runners in front of him, so he's getting excited and he knows we're fixing to run barrels. And sometimes, whoa, he sees a booger back here, I guess. But I'll kind of take the over and under, and I'll kind of tap him, and I'll let him run from the arena, or the alleyway. Up, up, up. Up. Easy. Now, I made this horse run all the way out, where I let Amigo ease out. The difference is he knows he's supposed to run out. This horse doesn't necessarily know that he's supposed to run all the way out. Different places, different things. And if we're practicing just like this, I'll let him walk him just right back up here the alleyway, let him sit, let him calm down, let him know this is not a bad place to be. You know, he's jacked up now. He's beginning to figure out what the barrel racing is about. Whoa. And I'm just gonna let him sit right here since we're the only ones here and let him calm down. And I'm gonna take my rubber bands off. And you know, not everybody uses rubber bands, but I figure if I lose a stirrup and it causes me to knock a barrel down or to get out of time, rubber bands are pretty cheap compared to the check that you just gave up by messing your run up. And so I use them. Not everybody believes in them, but whoa, easy, Goose. Easy, easy, whoa, 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 whoa. Now, we made a nice run. It wasn't perfect, but it was good. And I want him to know that that's what I want. So I'm not gonna take him back and drill him. If I was gonna correct, I would, he kind of stalled on the backside of the first barrel. Part of that was my fault, you know, but right now is not the time for me to work on that. I want him to know he just gave me his all, and that's all I can ask, and we're done.
Tana, we have a few things right here, a few products, and a bucket. This is going to be kind of Tana Poppino's handy tips that she's learned. So, Tana, first of all, share about the bucket, the big bucket. This is a big muck bucket.
One thing to keep your horses healthy on the road, the easiest way to keep them the healthiest is let them drink lots of water. You know, it helps them digest food better. It helps keep their muscles softer. You're less likely to pull and strain things if their muscles are, you know, have enough moisture in them. Amigo doesn't like to drink out of the bottom of a bucket, so he would drink about this much out of the top of your bucket, and so I'd spend all day filling that bucket up. Well, I saw somebody with one of those one time. Jeannie and I filled these up. We pack them to the stalls once a day. Do we have to pack the water bucket? You know, you can buy these at Walmart. They're really expensive, you know.
Hold $10.
Right.
They're almost as much as a little bucket are, I think.
I have found out that if you spend a little bit more money at the feed store, they're a little thicker and they do last longer. Okay. This is one of the original Walmart ones, and it's lasted quite a while. But, you know, I carry those. I use those for water. It saves me a lot of trips. My horse drinks more water.